Today is Wednesday, Parashat Miketz. This morning we learned here at the Emma Banim from Masechet Chagiga, Daf He, is a pasuk that says, "Ki et kol ma'aseh Elohim yavi b'mishpat al kol ne'alam im tov ve'im ra." And it says basically that for every action that a person does, God will bring into judgment every hidden matters, whether good or bad. So how could a person be reproached for doing a good act? Why does it say whether it's good or bad? So in explaining this pasuk, Gemara says, "Mai im tov ve'im ra." What does it mean, whether good or bad? Does it mean that God will be punishing a person for performing a good deed? Amre debe Rabbi Inai, they said in the academy of Rabbi Inai, Ze anoten tzedakah le'ani befarhesia. Speaks about a person who gives charity to a person, to a poor man in public. So he did a good act. He gave tzedakah, he gave charity, but he did it in a way that would embarrass the person because he did it in public, in a way that the person who was the recipient of that assistance was embarrassed. Kiha de Rabbi Yanai, like what happened once when Rabbi Yanai, Chazye le'ahu gavra, he saw this person, dekaya hivzuza le'ani befarhesia, who gave another person, a poor man, a zuz, a small coin. He gave it to him in public in a way that other people saw this person being given charity. Amale, he told him, Mutab de lo yahavtle, better you had not given him that charity, me'ashta de avitle v'chisavte, than what you have done now, that you gave it to him, but you embarrassed him in public. Of course, we're not speaking about somebody that comes over and asks you for charity, but talking about a person who maybe other people didn't know that he was in need. Other people didn't realize that you were going to assist him and that he needed help. And the person maybe is embarrassed. So you did a good deed, but you did it in a way that was harmful. And therefore, that's what im tov im ra. We have to be careful, even when you do a mitzvah, to do it in a way that is completely good, that doesn't involve with it a certain negative aspect, like in this case. Deve Rabbi Shila Amre, in the academy of Rabbi Shila, they say, Ze anoten tzedakah le'isha baseder. Is a person, refers to a person who gives charity to a woman, baseter, in a concealed place, in a place that is, concealed, so that other people might suspect that there's something going on between them. Dekamaitela lideh chashada, for it brings her into a suspicion of maybe impropriety. So be careful how you give charity, maybe in a way that is not in a concealed place, maybe with other people being present, maybe in a way that is during the day, to do it besechel, as we say. Rabbi Amar ze amshagel liishto basar she'eno mechutach be'arvei Shabbatot. Gives another example of doing a mitzvah, but involves in it some trouble. Is a person, he refers to it, who sends uncut meat that has in it certain portions that are forbidden to eat, like the chelev, which is a forbidden fat. And he sends it to her, to his wife, on the eve of Shabbat, on Friday, and maybe in the afternoon, just close enough to Shabbat, but she would not have the time to really investigate if the parts that were forbidden to eat were already removed. So he sets up, even though he's done something good, he sets it up for trouble. And also another case. Or the Gemara asks the question, V'harava mishager. We see that Rabbi does send his wife this type of meat just before Shabbat. The Gemara says, Shane bat Rav Chizda, he was married to the daughter of Rav Chizda, Dekimle begava divki'ah. Because the Rabbi was certain that she was an expert in these matters, she would be able to take care of it with no problem. But here, what the Gemara is teaching us, that even when you do a mitzvah, you do it in a way that doesn't cause embarrassment, that doesn't set up the recipient with some trouble, that to do it in a way that is really a good act. And before this portion, by the way, the Gemara spoke also how to be careful not to cause any aggravation to another person. could be even doing something that may be disgusting to another person, that also would be something that would be forbidden to do. So this was part of the Gemara of what we learned today, this morning here at Emma Banim. Baruch Adonai Le'olam. Amen ve'amen.